Hello everyone, Manthral here, and welcome to this week's update video. I just noticed my camera is a little off kilter. There we go. But anyway, this week is the Spring Fair in tribute to Guthix. Now the Spring Fair has a little bit of changes compared to previous years. You'll no longer need entry tokens for participation, meaning you can have all the fun you want for free. And this will be lasting until April 23rd, probably at 12 UTC or whenever the game update goes live for that day. So here is the attractions that you can actually do. There's a fortune teller. It says you can only get a tarot card if you don't already have a card in your possession. You can use the card to re-roll your current fortune. And there's a rare chance you might get a tarot card drop while you take part in the fair's activities. There's a scavenger hunt. It says you can get a scavenger list from taking part in the fair's activities. You can only ever have one. Ooh, excuse me. And that is from Trixie. So there's a Claudia stall. As this is the classic hook stall is back, costing you no tokens and granting you a free go each day to see what prizes you can get. There's a test of strength. How strong do you think you are? Hit the bell to prove it. Agility Funhouse. Find Kari to jump into the Funhouse and find obstacles wriggling through and jumping over. Now all these grant XP, except for the Claudia stall. Should mention that scavenger hunt is thieving. The test of strength is strength. Agility Funhouse is agility. There's the Easter egg shy. It says knock over the eggs with your weapon of choice. Ball, cabbage, or chinchompa, so that's going to be arranged. Candy floss. Cook up some candy floss for the fair. Cooking XP. Dancing. Make sure you do the right dance to maximize your experience. That, I believe, is prayer XP, actually. The Zoltan machine. It says receive a gloomy misfortune and collect all 17 to complete your misery, which is just unlocks. There is Hook a Duck. The beach favorite is back with 3 levels of difficulty. How many ducks can you get as your hunter? You have the Helter Skelter. Ride the Helter Skelter from the top to bottom for one hell of a good time. Happy sliding. Now this one, I believe, gives XP in accordance to whatever your lowest skill is. And it adjusts accumulating compared to your level in that skill. It adjusts accordance to that. There's the Bucking Baru, which is intrepid adventurer Prisleek will once help you once more on board with this fearsome ride. Hang on tight when you're up there. This will actually give you defense XP. The pickaxe swinging, one of my favorites. Toss a pickaxe at Runite Rocks to see how accurate you are, which gets you mining XP. I love mining XP, especially when it's free like that. Portals, another one of my big favorites. All the events like the evil tree, the chinchompa, the big chinchompa, I should say. All those kind of events you'll be able to go to. Sinkholes, you can go straight to the fair and then just go that way. You don't have to worry about tracking down the locations. You just step through the portal. Bam, right there you are. The rewards this time around. And it says there's a little bit of a change to this. For this year, the tickets that are normally used to buy the rewards have been removed. Instead, they can be now won through taking part in the fair and bought directly from the vendors around the fair with rune coins. So you have a chance to actually earn it, or if you just want to skip all that and just get your prizes, you can go ahead and use rune coins if you so desire. There's a Hook a Duck flail from Hook a Duck. Fish in a bag, the classic carnival prize, and no, you cannot use it to attack people. The Zoltan plushie. This is the world's gloomiest plushie. The mighty Zoltan can now be yours. Easter egg hat / pet. With Easter looming, what better way to give a spirit of it than by having your own pet or your very own hat. This is a parrot. Pet is adorable. Trust us. I don't have it yet, so I can't say. There's also face paints. It says if you really want to get into the spirit of things, feel free to apply these Fayre-inspired face paints. Get creative. All rewards from last year's Spring Fayre will be obtainable as well. So make sure you finish your collections if you haven't already. So that means you can get this year's and previous year's all in one go. The happy hour is back. Now, what the happy hour is, it says there's a happy hour will be in full swing at the fair with increased XP drops for the hour it's active. Worlds and times are in the description below here, and I'll actually have them in my description below. Okay, so World 81 is the free-to-play one, and for the English worlds, it doesn't have the German or Spanish. I believe there's Spanish worlds, I'm not sure. But for the English worlds, it has 82, 83, 84, 85, and 88. And from 1 to 2 game time, 9 to 10 game time, 14 to 15 game time, and 21 to 22 game time. Now, the Tribute of Guthix is back, which means the Guthixian butterflies are flying around, and they give experience in your low skill, and it increases with the skill level, so it depends on the level and the skill. They will be sticking around to the, April 12th, probably 12 UTC again. And now these, the thing of it is, with these, I believe you could only catch 20 per day until it's you can't catch anymore. So do try to get your experience from them. They are absolutely everywhere, but it's a good time to get the XP in your low skill. This way, obviously, probably your low skill is not your favorite skill. This will greatly help out. There is patch notes, but we will get to that in a second. We have the player gallery Pieces of Hate. So they're still doing this. You can go to Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram using hashtag #ArtGallery. Or you could send it to competitions@jaggeds.com. And there's also more details on their forum thread. But every single one gets a free month of membership. The third place and below also all get 3 bonds. Second place and below also get 400 rune coins. And first place gets a unique 3D printed, hand painted figurine of the newly graphically updated barrel chest. So that's pretty cool. Lootscape this week, still Master Clues, or the Clue Scrolls, with the possibility in the Master Clue Scroll. It's getting down to the wire, so if you haven't done it yet, do so soon. Okay, so there is 3 streams this week, which is Tuesday, March 27th at 1500 UTC. It's Game Jam Art Showcase. And Tuesday, March 27th at 1600 UTC game time, RuneScape Survey Review, Lootscape enabled and guaranteed. Sunday, April 1st at 1800 UTC, PVM with Mod Lee, Lootscape enabled and guaranteed. Now we're going to head over to the patch notes. We have a good chunk of patch notes, a lot of deep sea fishing ones, but here we go. Quest challenges and achievements. If you destroy certain objects during Pieces of Hate at a specific point in the quest, you are now able to reclaim them. Corrected some disjointed body parts on the Dominion Tower barrel chest. Prevented the player from equipping the barrel chest disguise in Pieces of Hate on certain tiles to prevent falling through the world. I noticed that. Resolved an issue where you could not reclaim plunder from the chest within Cabin Fever if you somehow had not deposited 5 pieces within Bill Tech's chest. Skills D&Ds and minigames. Move the remaining Crossroads hidey hole to avoid being replaced by the circus ticket booth. The flaming sword effect has been disabled on the Curse of Rob sword. Overrides due to compatibility issues. Hard clue scrolls from pickpocketing now correctly check against your clue scroll toggle settings. The female Gothic wizard defending elite caskets no longer has a male voice. I didn't notice that yet. Corrected an issue with the On augmented limitless staff, tooltips not showing correct item charge fixed an issue that prevented a simple easy clue, an easy emote clue, and an easy map clue from being given during treasure trails. Ensured that all master clues, caskets, and scroll boxes are blocked from disassembly. The perform emote option on the Globetrotter shorts now performs a second emote on the medium clue, emote clue if you already have performed the first clue. First emote. Withdrawing items from a hidey hole will no longer need you to have an extra inventory space more than required. Corrected all treasure trail wizards to play a teleport sound when they leave. Fixed an issue where the luck message for receiving a sealed clue scroll could be given even when you are already at your soft cap for that tier of clue. The Prosper perk text now mentions the chance to get a Master Clue Scroll. You can now examine Blue, the Clue Scroll pet, and to see the amount of total treasure trails you have completed. Other users examining your pet will show them your total. Change the confirmation message to a tooltip when adding items to a hidey hole. The Flaming Sword effect now correctly works with the Firestorm Blade overrides. Kind of overkill. Corrected the issue where quick chatting some hard and medium treasure trail rewards would output the wrong item. The Going for a Punt achievement will now complete if you are wearing a gilded boater. Fix an issue that stopped the progress of a medium clue if Salt in the Wound was only partially completed. Deep sea fishing. Players will no longer be able to attract fish to magical fishing spots if they don't have high enough fishing level. The rest of these are all for deep sea fishing, so. The broadcast when receiving a rare item from the treasure turtle will include the source in the broadcast message. The duration on the calm sailfish spot has been increased. The sea monster encounter is now easier to complete. The whale encounter has been made slightly more difficult. The jellyfish encounter has been made slightly easier. All encounters are now easier to complete on less populated worlds. Your fishing streak when frenzy fishing will now be halved rather than lost entirely when failing to maintain a streak. The swarm of fish will now grant invention experience on a fishing rod rather than just on the Rod-O-Matic. The locations for each of the fishing activities have now been labeled on the world map. All Squeal of Fortune and treasure items that have a use and /or stat can now be keepsake copied, so you can use them as an override and still keep their abilities. That's actually pretty big. Outfits that can be upgraded via gameplay are no longer hidden in the wardrobe if the base outfit is owned. Small and medium fletching lamps, one from Treasure Hunter, can now be used by free-to-play players. The cancel button on the Solomon General Store purchase interface now closes the interface. Fix an issue preventing new clan events from being saved. Some items that perform emotes have been disabled and were in the safe areas. The second page of teleport options of the Master Camo outfit can once again be clicked on to use them. They would previously only respond to shortcut keys. Ninja fixes. These are always good. Added enchanted gem packs to Slayer's store for 75 gold a box. Each box contains 50 Newton enchanted gems with a base stock of 5 boxes that restock at midnight. Added a skill cape perk icons to the tooltip of the max and completionist capes. Realigned the rune icons in the tooltip for the rune pouch. Amended an issue causing tooltips on certain items to display an incorrect amount of charges remaining. An option has been added to switch the Slayer counter into a Reaper counter by right-clicking the icon. This will display the information that the Slayer counter does, but for Reaper tasks. Additionally, a tooltip over the kills remaining has also been added. Buy limits per 4 hours are now displayed for the item being viewed on the Grand Exchange interface. Friend chats can now be added to favorite chat menu through the addition of a favorites chat button beside the chat settings button in the friends chat interface. Players can sort up to 5 favorite chats within the menu. Players can now quick chat, public, friends, group, clan, quests included, if they've obtained skilling pets. Alright. Player praying at God War's altar will now display exact time remaining until you can do so again. Ruined fishing urns can now be stored as a stack within the tackle box, can store up to 4, 6, 8, 12, and 15 per stack, depending on the tackle box level respectively. The coal bag, gem bag, enhanced gem bag, and spirit gem bag can now be used on a bank deposit box to empty its contents directly into your bank. The option on the various NPCs around Relica now prioritizes to travel to take you to their destination and back to Relica again. Updated the Slayer counter with an extra tooltip that tells you if you have yet to complete or capture the target soul as part of the Slayer Codex. Vengeance spells and Disruption Shield will no longer be affected by a global cooldown. You are now able to use noted artifacts to recharge the Fayre's Scepter and the Scepter of the Gods. That's actually cool too. That'll actually do it for today's update and the patch notes. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.